We are just over a week away from the NFL season kicking off, so it is time to get our last Best Ball Mania drafts in before it closes. Should happen sometime soon. I've got my good buddy Matt Record back. We're going to do another draft coming up right after this. Welcome back into the Draft Lab. I'm Joel Worth. This is the IDP Plus Best Ball Show. I've got everyone's buddy Matt Record is back again for another draft. How you doing, man?
I am doing just fine. How are you?
I am good. It's been a busy night, but we are cooking. It is Wednesday night as we record this. This will probably go out on Thursday. It'll be a week away from the season starting. So, how many BBMs are you up to?
Oh, I mean, who can count? I think I'm up to just only 5. I'm trying to keep it reasonable this year.
Okay, right on. This will be I saved this special for you, my 69th.
Oh my draft. Gosh, that's crazy.
I feel like I should just stop right there and just call that a cool number, but I think my goal is like 75. So we'll probably get a few more in. What do you think? What's your prediction? When do you think the draft is going to close this year? Or when do you think BBM is going to close? Last year it was the Saturday morning of Labor Day weekend. Right.
No, I feel like it's only gaining in popularity, right? So I feel like, this Friday, who knows? We're getting there. So if you want to be in this, you need to be in this.
Yeah, I did talk to some guys from Underdog at the Expo. They said expected to close a little bit later this year than last year. So maybe Sunday afternoon, Sunday. I think we're just over 85%. There's about less than 100,000 entries to go. At some point, like you said, like Friday, Saturday, we're going to hit a tipping point where everybody just starts jamming, especially because you got a holiday weekend coming up where everybody just starts jamming drafts. So don't think that just because there's only like 75,000 or whatever it is, 7,500 drafts to go, that it's going to take a while. This thing will fill. It will fill before the weekend's out. So let's get to it. Let's enter into my 69th Best Ball Mania draft. We had some news today, man. Rashee Rice, we got some color. We got some clarity on the suspension. How are you feeling about him now?
6 game suspension. I was never a huge fan of Rashee Rice where he's being drafted anyway. But it's nice to have the clarity of the 6-game suspension. I mean, I think we have to like Xavier Worthy more, right? You have to like him
for
more.
Sure. Yeah.
Hollywood Brown, we're already drafting him with the idea of him being sort of a scratch-off ticket, sort of at the end of rounds anyway. Rashee Rice, the 6 games, it's more than one would have hoped for. But you can still draft him in these leagues. You just have to definitely have the contingency plans put in place.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. The most important thing is we have clarity that he will be available, or he should be available for the playoffs, the best ball playoffs. That's huge because we didn't know that before, right? There was the threat of the 10-game suspension. It wasn't going to potentially start until like week 5, something like that. So with the hearing not happening until the 30th. So now we know it's going to miss the first 6. That's about kind of what we were expecting before. So I say you treat this basically as he's got a 4-game suspension and he's got like 2 extra bye weeks. I think you made a good point is that there is some roster building constraints around this now because he's going to have some overlap with those week 5 and 6 buys. All right, we are coming up. We got the 4 pick. Last time we took Bijan, he goes at the 2. How you feeling here? Lamb, Gibbs, Jefferson, Saquon, McCaffrey?
Yes, where my mind is right now is I would love Gibbs or Lamb. Those are my 2 people. We love JJ. We love Jefferson. I'm a little concerned about JJ McCarthy, and also Jefferson's health. Versus, here we are. Starting at Gibbs at running back, that's a solid RB1, and we can pepper a bunch of other wide receivers later. So,
yeah, I agree with that. I've got Lamb as my 2 right now, Bijan at 3, and I've got Gibbs at 4 just because I'm trying to up my exposure a little bit. He's the Saquon's the guy I'm really behind on. Gibbs is the guy I want to be equal to market with, and I'm a little bit behind on. So I do want to get some more Gibbs. So I'm a little bit worried about Bijan Robinson with
Mm.
the tackle injuries. Caleb McGarry got hurt. He's a very good right tackle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Their depth is not good. I don't want to overreact, but I'm a little bit concerned about that right now. So I've moved Lamb up to my number 2 spot. What do you think about that? You concerned about that, or am I overreacting?
No, I think you're right. I mean, so much of that the top part of the draft, right? Like especially the first round. Like people say you cannot win your league in the first round, but you can definitely lose it, right? So you're looking for people that have like the least amount of risk. And especially when you're right there at the top of the first round, those players are not coming back, right? So you go
Right.
and get the person that you think is going to be the, I guess, least risk averse, high upside player that you can get. So Jamar Chase going 101, that makes sense, right? Like they clearly the highest upside, right? Then right after that, you have a choice. It's like, where are you going? Like, I feel like Bijan Robinson has the highest upside as the running back there. You have CeeDee Lamb, you have Gibbs, you have Justin Jefferson. Like, you have other players though that you can like convince yourself that that's the right pick. So, Bijan Robinson going at 102, even with the injury concerns we have there on the offensive line, I think it still makes sense because that offense, like, I don't know if I love Michael Penix, right? So, like, I think that's going to still be centered around Bijan. So he's going to have a whole lot of volume there. But, like, if you want to convince yourself that you want to go Lamb because you're expecting Dak to come back and, pepper Lamb, if you want to say, hey, Gibbs, Gibbs isn't a whole lot and not a whole lot of snaps. That makes sense too. So, I think it's just like, especially that 3 through 5 zone, go with the person you feel most comfortable with and the one you're going to be most excited about watching on Football Sunday.
All right. We're up. Bowers came back to us.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
That feels like a smash.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like that a lot. So we're going to take that. We also got Ladd McConkey back to us, but I did a draft this morning. I posted on the Discord. I got McConkey at 27.
Ooh.
I got Lamb, Bowers, McConkey. That's like probably my favorite team right now.
That's tasty.
It was pretty fun. I ended up a little soft at running back, but man, that team looks like a lot of fun. We did have the back end of this draft has no badges, so we did have some interesting things going. So we'll take a look at the back end of this draft. Once we come up, we are on deck. We're not going to take McBride, Wilson, Lamar, Higgins, Tyreek, Kyron, Jason,
for the sake of being a little
ADP.
different, I don't hate going Lamar. I really don't.
Agree with that.
I
100%.
really don't. So look at our
I love the elite quarterback. So
look at our build. Yeah, look at our build
Yeah.
right now, right? So we have Lamar potentially, like not even that far outside the scope of being QB1. We have Gibbs, who's going to have a whole bunch of volume, potentially RB1, and Brock Bowers, who could be tight end 1, right? So obviously we're sacrificing. We know we have to start at 3 wide receivers here, but at every other position, we feel really good about where we're at.
And we'll be in good position to jam receivers at the next turn.
100%.
We do have some interesting things going on. Josh Allen goes at 14. That is very, very early.
Mm-hmm.
Jacobs goes very early. I don't hate that, but that is very early. So you got Genty neighbors in reverse order of how they normally go. I'm certainly, that's not super unique because I've got a bunch of neighbors and Genty teams, but just going in the reverse order is kind of interesting. And then Hurts goes 34. That's about 10 spots ahead of ADP. So interesting draft on the back end right now. Nico and Puka, that's really nice. Puka falls all the way to 16. That's kind of crazy. And then ARSB and Brian Thomas Jr. So a couple of nice teams in the, what's that, the 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 hole?
Yeah. No, I love early rounds because I can typically see what people are trying to do. And especially in the first 3 rounds, it's like, oh, these are good teams. This could work. This could work, right? So I feel like we have a lot of flexibility where we are versus some of these other folks are sort of
Oh
like
yeah,
pigeonholing themselves into what they need to be drafting. Versus right now, we can totally take best available. We have to go wide receiver, you know, at some point. But
we're gonna have Garrett Wilson, maybe George Pickens, Jameson Williams. All right, Wilson goes. That sucks.
I mean, I'm
Uh,
high on Pickens. I'm high on Williams.
I do like, yeah, I like Pickens there. What do you think about Pick? You like Pickens there?
I like Pickens here for sure.
Okay, we'll
Yeah,
take
I
that.
think the Cowboys offense is going to be very pass forward. I mean, what? Who's their running back one? Javonte Williams at the moment.
Yeah,
Exactly, and I'm also very excited for like Jadon Blue, right? For dynasty purposes, but like for this year, it's going to be Dak throwing the ball the whole lot, which is why I'm
yeah.
also high on Jake Ferguson, who's going to
If
be
this
way
was
later.
if this was full PPR, I would like Jaden Blue quite a bit.
Hmm.
It's not, so I just, I really wonder about the volume. I don't know how much volume is he getting in the passing game with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb in that same offense and Jake Ferguson, and then how much, he's just not going to get that much volume on the ground unless Javonte and Miles Sanders just completely collapse, which could happen. But
Right.
then you got the trade risk. So,
So
all right, we're
here,
back on deck.
would you go running back or wide receiver here?
I would not have a problem. Well, Brees was
Mm,
clearly the best player on the board, so I would have
yeah,
taken him there. I would rather take a Ridley, Devonta.
yeah. I like Devonta here.
Okay. We got him in our last draft, and I'm
Hmm.
good with going there again.
Yeah, it's just a weird spot in this draft where the running backs are clearly questionable, but have their upside versus some more stable wide receivers that we know what Devonta's going to be, right? Like he's going to be a wide receiver 2, 3 every
Yeah,
week.
exactly.
Um,
He's going to have some boom bust weeks, but he
yeah,
will. We know at the end of the year he'll have his production.
exactly. 'Cause
What
I
do you?
like Chuba. Oh yeah,
I like Chuba a lot. What are you thinking about DJ Moore? I'm fading him pretty hard.
yeah. I need the Bears pass catchers to quote unquote fall to me for me to consider them. Like
Yeah,
obviously TJ Moore has the name, but there's a lot of questions there on the Bears offense. Like, will Caleb Williams take the step up? Who's he going to throw to? And they have Rome Odunze. Obviously, they drafted Colston Loveland. They still have Cole Kmet. DeAndre Swift there at running back. Like the Bears offense is just chock a block full of options. We just don't know who it's going to be. So at this point, I'd rather grab someone in an offense where I know what they're going to be versus taking the chance on them at this point. So to your point, I'm kind of out, but like if it makes sense with the people around it, like I'll still take more.
yeah. Like here, he falls to 56. I'd be very happy with that. I would take him
Hmm.
there. He goes behind Rashee Rice. I still think that's a little bit early for Rice. Like
Oh,
I
for
would rather have
sure.
Flowers than Rice. I'd probably rather have Abuka than Rice. Rather have Hunter than Rice.
Hmm.
So yeah, I still think that's a little bit like before the suspension or before the announcement of that hearing thing. I was taking him around the 4 or 5 turn. Around 48, 49, 50 in that area. Now then once the hearing was announced, I basically took him off my board because I didn't want it anymore with the uh, not knowing if he was going to be available in the playoffs. And also, I had a pretty good bag of him at that point, so I didn't want to kind of add to that. So now I think like right here is probably where I would start taking him. Like
Hmm.
this pick right here, 66, 67, where Rome just went.
Right.
I think that's okay, but yeah, I still think that's about a round earlier than I would want to take him.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, we are coming up. Harvey's going to be available. I like that.
Hmm.
Olave, Deebo, Matthew Golden goes. That's kind of sucks. I would have liked him there.
Yeah, at this point
But
with the spicy part of our roster, oh,
okay, Harvey does go. So
Harvey
we're looking at
does
Pollard as the best available
go.
running back. Otherwise, Olave or Deebo. Deebo would be a week 17 bring back for Pickens.
Yeah, I like one of the wide receivers here. I think
Yeah,
Olave or
let's
Debo. Up to
let's
you.
take the correlation.
I like
I
that.
kind of prefer Olave in a vacuum there, but given that Deebo gives us a little bit of correlation, I'm okay taking him there.
Yeah, for sure. And with the running backs here, like I would love to end up with my RB2 as, I mean, Pollard, I think has a lot of appeal. He's not
Yep.
sexy, but like he's going to put up some points there early weeks.
He's got that entire backfield to himself for the first month.
No, exactly. Demont again, all he does is pilfer touchdowns
I
on a
wouldn't
very high
want
profile offense.
I
Uh,
wouldn't want Demont on this team with Gibbs. I will say that.
that's fair.
I think that's too much draft capital on running backs
Okay,
on the same
so
team.
so we're up next. I wouldn't necessarily go then. Yeah, especially not Demont. I wouldn't. Would you reach? Do you want Aaron Jones on this
Let's go by
team?
80. Montgomery Myers, Jennings,
I
Caleb
don't love
Johnson.
Myers. I guess. Yeah, I guess Jones. Mm.
I like Aaron Jones a lot,
Okay,
so I'm good.
let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
I'm good
Let's
with
do it.
that. It's also a bring back with Gibbs. So on a
Yeah,
week 17 bring back. So yeah,
yeah,
I like that. I on
yeah.
this again in a vacuum, I would take Montgomery. I
Right.
I just think that's way too much in a touchdown heavy format like Underdog is half PPR.
Yeah. No, that's
I think
entirely
that's
fair.
too much draft capital to be putting into two running backs on the same team.
No, entirely fair. And I think Jones offers some, again, non-sexy upside there with the Vikings. Like, again, we don't expect him necessarily to play all 17 games, so like redraft, I don't know. But with a rookie quarterback, I think they're going to lean on Jones a bit there. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I think Aaron Jones is just perpetually underrated.
Hmm.
I think the people who think Jordan Mason is going to be better than him are kind of way out over their skis. Uh, like we've seen multiple coaching staff say that Aaron Jones should only be a 55% guy, but he is so efficient that he just gets there on 55% of the snaps. So yeah, I'm not worried about that. Like Jordan Mason doesn't catch passes. So if he's just the goal line back or like the second down hammer back, that's not a super valuable fantasy. Yeah, he's probably going to score 8 touchdowns. He'll probably have some value, but man, I just way prefer Aaron Jones. I think Aaron Jones is really underrated. Let's bring the board up. We do get the Bill Krosky Merritt pick
Ooh.
at 82 overall.
Hmm.
That
Hmm.
is way too rich for my blood. I will say that.
Yeah, we have no idea what he's going to be. No
He's
idea.
an undersized seventh round draft pick.
Right.
Like you can say he's going to be the next Isaiah Pacheco, but he doesn't have Pacheco's size.
Hmm.
So and he's in a back and Pacheco had that entire backfield to himself. There was nobody else there, except for Jerick McKinnon, but he was strictly a pass down guy. So
Hmm.
like you've got they're talking up Chris Rodriguez as the
Right.
the hammer back, the goal line back.
You still have Eckler
You
there.
still
Like,
got
yeah,
Eckler there. You
yeah.
still got Jaden Daniels who's going to vulture some touchdowns.
Hmm.
I,
So
I
the
like
nice thing,
I've got some exposure to Krosky Merritt when he was going in the 200s.
right?
82 is way too rich for I can't take him there.
So we're still in the spot here though, where we can take best available. Like we built this
We can take
roster
best available.
pretty even. We don't need to do. Oh, we're up. Oh, we're
We
up.
are up. We got Coleman, Jalen Warren,
Yeah, I don't
like
hate. I don't
Pittman,
hate
Higgins.
a wide receiver
We'll
here.
take a quarterback. Coleman, Pittman. What do you like? Higgins?
I like Pittman.
Okay. I don't disagree with that. I'm good with that. Gives us an extra. Got 9, 10, 11, 12 on our buys, so that's nice.
Hmm.
We get a nice distribution there.
Well, I think Daniel Jones being the quarterback there for Indianapolis was a crazy thing to say. It's a crazy thing to say. I
Like this,
think does like bring some benefit to the Pittman. Like he's the wide receiver one there in Indy. They're going to be throwing it. I know we like Tyler Warren, but as terms of like our wide receiver four here, like I think there's some upside there. At this point, though, I definitely think running back or probably running back. Probably right. Like I don't think we need a backup
I
quarterback.
Jalen
Yeah,
Warren. How do
I
you feel
do.
about that?
I like Warren. I like
A
Warren
round
more than
past ADP.
Etienne. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I like that. His ADP is 89. We're getting him at 100.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
a big one.
I think that's nice value. I think that's about where he should go. So
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, because you look at our roster right now, right? So we're expecting. We talked about this last time. You have to draft in these tournaments like you are correct. So where we drafted Lamar Jackson, we expect him to be at the very least QB2, right?
Exactly.
Like a top QB. So we're
Yep.
not going to draft a backup QB because in theory our backup QB is going to start for us what 1 week when Lamar's on bye, right? Like
Right.
1 or 2 weeks. Our tight end, we went ahead and drafted the top tight end, Brock Bowers. We for this build to work, he is going to be a top 5 tight end, right? So we don't need to draft another backup tight end for him for a minute.
Correct.
So we do have to do that eventually. But looking at the rest of our build, right? Like we have again a top 3 running back, hopefully, in Gibbs.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we get Aaron Jones, Jalen Warren, who I think could give you pass volume. Like, yeah, I think this is a very, very solid start. Did I lose you there, Matt? Looks like we may have lost Matt. So we'll see if he can get his internet back. All right. We're coming around the turn here at the end of round 9. And okay, so Prescott does go. That would have been an interesting correlation pick with Pickens if he would have come around, but I don't want to go too aggressively because, like Matt just said, we've got Lamar Jackson, so I don't want to be spending too much more draft capital at quarterback. Uh, and we do have some options late. We don't have a whole lot of correlating. We'll have Jared Goff, which should be interesting. Let's see what's available. Bateman gives us a piece to go with Lamar Jackson. So we can queue him up next. Getting a little bit of ADP value there. Uh, Justin Fields is someone I'm okay taking on sack. Okay, so we do get Bateman to come around. Um, we'll take him. So we've got a correlation with Lamar Jackson. So now we've got 1-3-5-1. And again, we've got Lamar Jackson and Brock Bowers. So we're not super worried about getting, and this could be a 2-7-7-2 if we wanted to. Because we've got elites in Lamar Jackson and Brock Bowers. And like Matt just said, those guys are going to be starting most weeks. Jared Goff would be nice. Gives us some correlation with Gibbs and Aaron Jones. And I see Matt is back, so I'm going to bring him.
I'm back.
He's back just in time. How do you feel about Jared Goff as our second quarterback?
Oh, I mean, absolutely love it.
We
Absolutely
don't
love
really
it.
have any other correlation. I was just looking. Dak Prescott went.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Jalen Hurts is already gone. Jaden Daniels is already gone. I'm not in love with using one of the indie quarterbacks as our second QB because in case we want to keep this as a 2 QB build.
Sure.
We just took Bateman for the correlation with Lamar Jackson. So we're going to have to correlate with a running back or a tight end. Gino would have been okay, but I do
Mm-hmm.
kind of like now we got a game stack with Goff and Gibbs and Aaron Jones. And I
No.
think I'm good keeping this as a 2 QB build if we need to.
Oh, I think we should with these two QBs. I mean, I think with Goff, people are fading him. Like, we got him as what, like QB 16? We're
Uh, yeah, we got him after 4 picks after ADP, so that's all right. Let's see how many QBs have gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, no. So yeah, QB 13, I think. 14 after Herbert.
great. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm always a top 10 QB. We now have two QBs that should be top, 10 or 12 any given week. Yeah, I think once you draft for assuming you're correct. I mean, we have Jackson and Goff. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Because if those QBs don't do it, then we're not going
Yeah,
to win this thing anyway. So at this point,
and
we might as well
Goff
commit.
had 39 touchdowns last year, so like I don't think that necessarily repeats, but no, he should still be. He's still going to be about 30. I would. There's no reason to think he's
Mhm.
going to fall that far off. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm good making this a two QB build, and like you
I
said,
agree.
we've got Bowers. That could be a two tight end build, so we could make this a 2-7-7-2. So this can be.
Hmm.
We can have some fun here. We are on deck. Let's sort by ADP here. Quinshawn Kincaid.
Yeah, I don't like
Kincaid.
Quinshawn.
I don't either. Davis or Kincaid would be a bring back for week 17
Hmm. Yeah, I don't hate.
with the Philly
Yeah, I don't hate
with
the
Devonta Smith.
Kincaid here. I don't hate the Kincaid. I don't hate the Davis.
Okay, we can take Kincaid and get. Now we're done at tight end, so we're good there.
Yeah,
So
I
now we
feel
can
I
just
feel
go.
pretty solid. I mean, obviously we feel really great about Bowers. I mean, Kincaid's going to be a touchdown vulture there on an offense we expect to be really good. So,
Yep, it gives us a game stack with Devonta Smith in week 17.
hmm
So like that. So we're getting some nice correlation as well as a nice build out here. So I'm liking how this is going. We're coming up again. Benson Sampson, Jaden Blue, you just mentioned that would give us some more correlation to build out that Pickens Deebo
yeah, no,
Samuel
I,
game
I I
stack.
think I think we need some more running back
Yeah, we've only
situations
got three
here.
running backs right now. So
So I,
we
I I like the blue. I like the blue
yep,
pick if they're going to let us take them, and they
we're going
will,
to take him.
and they will.
So
Again,
like
it's a
that.
weird spot there in Dallas because if you're in straight up just redraft, like I think people are fading Javonte Williams. Like he is the starting running back. Like I guess he's not good, right? But like he is
He's
the
not.
starting. He's the starting running back there though, and people are fading him like he's nothing. It's like he's not going to be nothing. He's going to be a part of that offense. Like they paid him to be there, right? I think Jadon Blue though, especially in best ball and dynasty purposes, like he has the highest upside that we can tell right now. So like it's definitely worth it for us to grab him when we got him. Because next thing we know, starting week 7 or 8, he's the running back 20 moving forward. So
Right.
I like it.
Yeah. And I think the only threat to him right now is really a trade because,
Yeah. Yeah.
and like you can go broke trying to predict trades in the NFL, right? They just don't happen that
Hmm.
often. So, yeah, I think he's their passing down back, and I think that's going to be some volume. Again, I don't think he's going to get much volume on the ground, but I could see a world where Javonte and Miles Sanders both just kind of fail, and he just becomes he
Hmm.
becomes the they have to share like 30% of the snaps, and he becomes a the 65-70% snap guy.
Yeah, and he's going around these spots. Like, look at these other running backs that are going around the same spot. Like Trey Benson, Dylan Sampson, Quinton Judkins, Ollie Gordon, Algier. It's like, who of these people do you feel the most confident in terms of being helpful for you to win a bunch of money, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I trust his
like
volume more than any of those guys. Those guys are all contingent backs.
exactly. Like Samson on Cleveland. Who the heck knows what's going to be
Right.
happening there? Wait, Cleveland? Yeah, yeah. Judkins again. He hasn't signed. There's a lot of legal stuff there. Who knows? Ollie
We
Gordon
talked
is
about this last week. It's a week later and he still hasn't signed a contract.
right. Gordon is buried on the depth chart. Um, you
Yeah,
know, Al-
HN's gonna he's been skyrocketing up draft boards. Now HN's gonna play week one.
exactly. And Algier. I love Algier. I do really like Algier, but like Bijan's the dude. So
He's entirely contingent
right.
on Bijan getting hurt
Right. All
to
right. So where
having
we at? We're on deck here.
we're OD.
Um,
Spears, we're gonna let him fall because I got him at 190 in a draft, so he falls.
hmm
Uh, Najee, Rashad White, Dowdle, Coker. So we could jump in on the Carolina guys.
yeah.
Get Gibbs in there
This
too.
this is up to you. This is up to you. I can go either way. I like Najee. Yeah.
I got Najee. There's a chance he didn't go on pup. There's a chance he's playing week
I
one.
so I wrote about this for Club Fantasy. I do think Najee Harris has a lot of upside, although people don't like him. But it's predominantly related to his ADP. Like people are expecting Amari and Hampton just to jump in and just be the, bell cow back there. I mean, Najee's there, and that's an offense that wants to run it. He is not great. Again, I'm not saying he's going to be the next
But they
coming of
paid him.
LaDainian Tomlinson, but like he's going to be worth it a couple weeks, you know. So I like it.
What do you think? You're going to get a receiver here? We got Coker, Horton, QJ. Early for QJ, but
I mean, I'm pretty chill with going Coker.
I love
I
Coker.
think the Carolina offense is going to be better than people think it's going to be.
I think so too. I think
Yeah,
the Thielen trade was the clearest spot for him. I,
100%. Like I like
I was
Coker.
at
I
about
like Leggett. Like yeah, I like. I like Tet. Like, yeah,
yeah,
I
I
think the
love Tess.
Carolina I think the Carolina offense is gonna be better than people expect it to be. Especially that we can get like Coker here as what our wide
Yeah.
receiver six. Like
Yep.
we don't we just need one week of him, and
Yeah, exactly.
this is worth where we drafted him.
I was at 11% of him in the 200s or
Hmm.
190s, 200s, 17th, 18th round, just because I think he's a good player. And now you're basically opening up the slot role for him full time. So yeah, I think this the Thielen
Exactly.
trade says more about Coker than anything else, that they trust him
Mhm.
to kind of take over that role. So yeah, I think that's an absolute smash run. Like I said, I'm at 11%, and I want more. I'm buying the top on
Hmm.
him.
Hmm. So we have what, 3 picks left?
That is correct. Yep,
So we feel pretty good about our
two
two
five six
QBs.
two.
Yeah,
Yep.
we feel pretty decent about our two tight ends. So you're thinking what? Do we feel more confident in our running backs or our wide receivers?
Yeah, I think at this point you're just taking guys you like.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, Gino went. So there's really no quarterback I would want to take at this point. So yeah, this is going to be a 2-7-7-2. We are at 5 running backs, six, or we could do a two. We go 2-6-8-2 if we want to do 8 receivers, depending on how
That's
this
sort of
plays
what
out.
I'm leaning towards. Although our tight ends, I'm not like obviously we expect Brock Bowers to be the dude. Um, I'm not
Yes,
in love with Kincaid, so like maybe just see what tight ends are
yes.
available.
Sanders, Gesicki,
Mm, hmm, hmm,
Juwan
hmm.
Johnson, Theo Johnson.
Yeah, so we're not going to force the tight end at this point,
Not
but like,
much.
yeah.
We do have Rodriguez.
Okay, we are up.
We are up.
Yeah, no, I like a Rodriguez. Definitely more than the Damian Pierce. Like, what's he doing on my screen? Oh, I do like Trey Franklin. I do like Trey
Okay,
Franklin.
Franklin.
Oh, I like Franklin. Yeah,
We can just take him. It's all good. I
yeah,
like Franklin a lot. I
yeah,
again the Vele trade.
yeah.
Again, I think that's a sign of
Hmm.
confidence in Troy Franklin. And remember that like
Hmm.
Marvin Mims had the terrible rookie year, and then eventually Sean Payton in year 2 got him involved in the offense. I think
Hmm.
we could see a similar thing with Troy Franklin.
Hmm. Yeah, I do think we have to go running back this next pick for sure. I feel very confident in our wide receivers doing what we're doing. Again, our tight ends, we're comfortable with two, so I don't want to force anything.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
fine. Like
you
we
know,
could get
Chris
Chris Rodriguez, we get
Rodriguez,
Mitchell to
get
go with
like
Lamar
these are
would be nice.
yeah, these are all spicy little running backs here. I mean, I'd love Mitchell. You're gonna let us take
Yeah,
Mitchell. Okay,
yeah.
there you go.
Especially since he's correlated with
Oh,
Lamar. I like that quite a bit.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Um, we
Yeah,
don't
so
have a Packer for a Week 17 bringback. How would you feel about, say, Christian Watson or Jontavian Wicks as our last receiver?
oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I prefer Wicks. I mean, I love Christian
Okay.
Watson. Like I do love him. I'm just so worried he's not gonna be playing. I'm just so
I
worried he's not gonna be
I
playing.
think he's going to be back before people think, but I get the trepidation. Where's my wide receivers?
So
Um,
so I'd love your input on this. So my instinct right now is we love Bowers. I don't love Kincaid as our
okay.
second tight end. So like I'm just like looking at the tight ends. Like just looking. I'm just looking. I'm just looking. So yeah, who do we got? Mm, people are taking the
Arroyo,
people.
Waller, Dalton
Mm,
Schultz, Juwan
yeah.
Johnson, Fryermuth.
Okay. Yeah. I don't love them. Never mind. Take them off the board.
I was to say we could go into Musgrave if you want.
No, no,
Wicks
it's
and
more
get
like
Watts.
yeah, it was more like if like a Jatavian Sanders is gonna fall because
Yeah, he's
I've
gone.
seen that happen
He's
where it's like,
he's moved
okay,
up.
yeah, that's a solid pick. No,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
just
like
don't
these
like
tight
any of the
ends.
guys that are
I
left.
agree.
So,
I agree. So
is
yeah,
there
no,
anybody here that you like more than one of the Packer guys for a bring back?
no, I think we
Washington,
got to go Packers. I do like Adonai Mitchell. I do like Mitchell, but I no one's gonna be taking Watson. There's
and
no
we've already
chance.
got Michael Pittman too.
Yeah, yeah.
So I would
Jalen
rather.
McMillan,
He might not play. I mean, that's a pretty
he
serious
might
neck
not
injury.
play.
He might be
Yeah.
just a zero. Uh,
Yeah, no, I think Watson or Wicks is definitely the move. And of those two, if we were looking straight up for, upside, like it's Watson. Like
I
he's
agree.
shown it. He's
If
shown
we're
it.
looking for a week 17 guy, I think Watson is. If you're looking for week 17 upside and correlation, I think Watson is the
Hmm.
guy you want. If you're looking for I need some production out of this spot, then I think you want
Right.
Wicks. If you're looking like we are, I want week 17 correlation, and I want some
Hmm.
serious upside late in the season. Then I think it's Watson.
Agreed.
All right, we are done. This draft is going to wrap up in a second.
I might be biased, but I think this is a pretty good team.
I think this is a very good team, and
I like
I think
I like
you,
this a
you hit
lot.
it up. You hit it early, and this is the kind of team that I like to draft, where we got the number one quarterback, we got the number one tight end, we've got
Hmm.
what could be the number one running back. Now
Hmm.
we just got a backfill wide receiver, and
Hmm.
we're cooking at the other three positions. Let's come beat us. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Hmm.
So this is where, if you're not used to the underdog projections, don't get freaked out if you don't have good projection. If you don't have, if you want to game the system, take four quarterbacks and draft a bunch of running backs early. You'll have a huge,
Oh, you'll have a
you'll smash
huge
the projection.
projection, but it doesn't
You'll have
matter.
a terrible team. Exactly. You'll have a terrible team, but you'll smash the projection. So don't freak out about that. I do want to go. All right, let's go to my drafts. I'm going to label this Best Ball Mania. This is today's 8/27 stream. Matt R. Gibbs Bowers. Save that. All right, let's go back in and take a look at this draft.
Hmm. Hmm.
All right, one more time. Our team 2682. Lamar Jackson, Jared Goff at quarterback, Jahmyr Gibbs, Aaron Jones, Jalen Warren, Jaden Blue, Najee Harris, and Keaton Mitchell at running back.
Hmm.
George Pickens, Devonta Smith, Deebo Samuel, Michael Pittman, Rashad Bateman, Jalen Coker, Troy Franklin, Christian Watson at receiver, Brock Bowers, and Dalton Kincaid at tight end. Man, I think this is pretty solid. We got volume at running, or we got volume at receiver. We've got the
Hmm.
high end guys at the other three positions. I like this team.
Hmm.
I like this build. This is the way I like to build my teams. Like, you can't
Yeah,
have everything, but we've got almost everything.
well, that's just it, because everyone wants to have every contingency in every position, and you just can't, because you're
You can't
drafting
do
as
it.
people you're drafting as people that know what they're doing, right? So you have to take your mitigated risks, right? So I mean, Lamar Jackson, you expect him to be a top 5 QB. You just expect that to happen. Like worst case, he's top 5. Unless something like really bad happens, you feel good about him. At running back, we have Gibbs. We expect him to be really, really good, right? And so the volume choices we have there in the mid range makes sense. Again, we have a lot of those mid range wide receivers, and then we have Brock Bowers that we expect to be the tight end one.
One,
At the worst, tight end
one.
5, and then like we filter in little Kincaid there for the off chance he has a better week. So this is exactly how you want to build your roster on these best balls, because the people you expect to be good that you drafted really high have a lower range of not fulfilling that, and then we just like pepper the weaker spot with a bunch of the same type of player, where all they have to do is have one of them or two of them hit it each and every week.
Yeah, we get redundancy. That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
We just get a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of guys who can do kind of the same. But yeah, they don't have the super high upside. But like you said, you can't have everything. Even on that team I talked about earlier that I drafted this morning that had was it
Mm-hmm.
Lamb Bowers and Lad McConkey. Like that team is still kind of soft at running back. Like it's got elite talent at the top, but it,
It
you know,
happens. It happens. You can't have
I don't
everything.
love the running back, but right, you can't have everything. So even on a team that
Mhm.
I love, like my favorite team that I've drafted so far, I still don't, I'm kind of nervous about the running back. So yeah, you can't have everything. So I did want to go back and look at these teams that got the kind of bargains
Mhm.
around the corner. This team looks pretty solid. You got Amon Ra, Brian Thomas Jr., got McBride to fall to 32, got McMillan around the turn, got DJ Moore to fall to 56. James Conner at 65. That's a little past, or that's around ADP, but a little bit of a bargain.
Mhm.
Now he reached on Mason. I don't love doing that. Downs, Kyler. He's got
Oh,
the
but it ended
Kyler
up with
stack with McBride.
Kyler. Yeah.
Kirk Braylon Allen's nice, but he reached on him. He's got
Mhm.
I think Braylon Allen is worth reaching for, but Allen and Tootin going back to back, that kind of sucks because I like both of those guys. T Law, Bryce Young, Brenton Strange. So yeah, I mean
Oh
this
yeah,
team's solid, but I don't love that quarterback room. I don't like Kyler, T Law, Bryce Young. I like it. They're all
the start of
correlated.
that yeah, the start of that draft made a lot of sense, and then the rest of it does not to me.
They they took a zero at the end with Amari Cooper. So good luck with that.
Yeah.
They got Dowdle. That's nice. That's all right.
Yeah.
Let's look at that other team. You get the Nico Puka, Marv at 33, JSN at 40. That's kind of nice. Hubbard at 57 is a nice price. Pearsall at 64. Reached on Caleb. Caleb Johnson's fallen down to about 90, so that's a little bit of a reach there.
Yeah, with their
Shakir, I don't know
yeah,
what the
with
point of Khalil Shakir is in half point PPR.
yeah, no, with their build, I don't know why they went Pearsall there instead of running back. Because like, I mean, look at those wide receivers. Like, if you're starting with
Yeah,
Collins,
you could have had James Conner there
Nakua, like you could have James
or RJ
Conner. Like you
Harvey.
have like two solid running back. Well, I mean, Connor being solid, Harvey with like a bunch of upside. Like you already have Collins, Nakua, Harrison, JSN. Like you're feeling really good at running back. Like, or sorry,
I
wide
guess the
receiver,
problem is
wide
you
receiver.
got three week 8 buys there. So, but
Yeah,
that's something you can address
I
later.
don't. Yeah, I don't
I
really
yeah, I,
care so much about that in these types of drafts. Like, I don't know why you'd go Pearsall and then you're like, yeah, what
when you could have
your
gotten
second running
Connor or Harvey past ADP.
exactly like your
Yeah.
second running back is Caleb Johnson, and then your third is going to be Travis Etienne,
Travis and your fourth is Joe Mixon, who might not play
who
either.
might not play at all this year. Like, I don't know, and Cam Scatterbo. It's like okay, like you have great running backs, but like you like hamstrung yourself. Like you like in your running back spot. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's,
we talked about Ty Spears falling down. Like I've gotten Ty Spears as low
mhm.
as 190. I've gotten Mixon in the 140s. So I guess that's
Yeah,
the thing. Is like these guys who
mhm.
are going to miss time, they're going to fall. So don't take them, anywhere close to their ADP. Let them fall to a place
Oh
where you're
yeah,
comfortable with them being a complete zero. Is where I want
especially
to take them.
now that because like this week, like as of I guess yesterday and or today when we're filming this, we now know at minimum how long they're not going to be playing, right?
Right.
So like a week ago when we were doing this draft, we did not know necessarily that Mixon would be done for 4 days or like the suspensions that come out. Now that we know, like you have to factor it in, and these ADPs are not going to update fast enough
Yeah. No,
for
they are not.
you to take that into account via the ADP, right?
Yeah,
So like,
it's taken basically the entirety of Best Ball Mania for Mixon to fall from like 60. Like when did they report to camp? Like July when we found out he was in the
hmm
walking boots, stuff like that.
hmm
Like at that point he was going around 60. He was going around where Connor and RJ Harvey are. He's
hmm
fallen now. His ADP is around 100.
right,
But like I said, I'm getting him in the 140s.
right,
Here he went in the 120s. Like
right.
it's going to take time for that ADP to catch up to where
hmm
he's actually going. So yeah, don't be in a. This is where you got to have your rankings and be able to kind of filter out the ADP rankings
Mm-hmm.
because you don't want to be looking at those guys on the top of your rankings. Go, oh, I got to take Joe Mixon here. He's the best running back. No, he's not. And then
No, he might.
they end
He
up
might not play. He might not play this year.
with Judkins and Tyjae Spears. So he's got 3 guys who may not play for the first month. Probably won't play for the first month. So yeah, I don't love what that team did with their draft. Let's see any other fun drafts around here. You got Genty running back heavy draft here, and then took see, why are you taking Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt at 82 as your 4th running back?
Right.
Why would you do
what's their wide receiver situation? They have Neighbors.
So we got Neighbors, Hunter, and then it goes down to Godwin, who's not going to play for the first month.
Yeah. Going 4th running
Mooney,
back.
who's questionable at week 1.
Yeah, going 4th
your
running
wide receiver
back
3.
3rd wide receiver makes
Your wide receiver
sense.
3 for week 1 is probably Diami Brown on a team.
Oh, especially in this scoring system. Like, no, you don't need a 4th running back before your 3rd wide receiver. That's crazy.
Yeah, and to take a guy that high as your 4th, man, it just doesn't make sense. All right, so the back of the draft definitely got interesting. Let's look at the top. The Chase team went Daniels at 24, so that's aggressive. That's about a round before he typically goes at the back end of round 3.
Oh, they went Daniels Burrow.
They went the Daniels McLaurin.
God.
Wow, they pushed up the Daniels McLaurin combo a full round. Took Burrow at 48. Dude, we're gonna win this league.
So they have Burrow Chase
and Daniels McLaurin. So that's a ton of draft capital in their quarterbacks.
Yeah.
J-Mo, Pacheco, Pollard at 73. That's all right. I like that. Ingram at 96. That's aggressive. Charbonnet at 97. That's a couple of rounds ahead of where he goes. Well, a round. Yeah. It's a full round ahead of where he goes. Josh Palmer, that's 2 rounds ahead of where he goes. Hollywood Brown, that's 2 full rounds ahead of where he goes. Trey Harris, that team wrecked Jamar Chase. We're gonna win this. We're gonna win this pod, dude.
I think we might. Like, I understand what they're doing, but in these leagues where you only start 1 quarterback, like, it's not worth drafting too much dudes. Like, you have to, when you draft Daniels in the 2nd round, right? Like, you have to expect that he's gonna be the dude. There's no, great, you're probably gonna win the QB spot here with Daniels and Burrow, but you're sacrificing so much more.
Are you?
What do you
how many weeks? How many weeks are you gonna? Yeah, you're gonna have solid production every week, but how many weeks is Joe Burrow ever gonna hit?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're sacrificing so much more by drafting Burrow there 2nd. If you missed on Daniels, then you already lost.
Exactly.
It's already done. It's already done.
It's like the receiver here you would have taken here, or whoever you would have taken here, where you took Burrow, Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall, Devonta Smith, Calvin Ridley. Those guys are hitting your lineup 12
more than
13,
Burrow
14
should
weeks.
Exactly.
Right. And Burrow, he's going to have spike weeks, but are they going to spike higher than Jaden Daniels? The marginal value of Joe Burrow there is really minimal.
Exactly.
Relative to what these guys are going to provide you on a weekly basis. I think that's just kind of a misunderstanding of kind of the best ball format.
Right.
So let's look. So somebody's got to have it feels like with all these bad teams, somebody's got to have a super team. Maybe it's just us. Here at the end, this was, you go London Jacobs. So they pushed Jacobs up the better part of a round. Okay. Kittle, he goes there normally. Devonta, he goes there normally. Flowers at 60. Yeah, that's all right. I wish he would have let him go to us so we could have gotten the correlation, but that's okay. Abuka at 61. That's the top end of where he goes, but he does go there sometimes. Tyrone Tracy at 84. Mims at 108. I guess that's kind of where he goes. B-Rob, again, that's a guy who's falling because he's now the the running back 2 in San Francisco. His ADP is down to 1 in the 120s, and you took him at 109. Penix at 132.
But that's his
That's a
QB1. That's his
yeah.
QB1.
That's a full round ahead of where he goes too. I
I
get
mean,
yeah.
it
That's where
is,
you had to take him. That's where
but
you had
that's
to
a
take him to
lot
get the
of
combo with London. But
yeah, no, this is a lot of trust in the positional players presently for me.
yep. And your QB2 is Geno. Russell Wilson is
Mm,
QB3. I love
mm,
that team. Let's look at this team. This
mm.
got Bijan McConkey, JT at in third, all the way at 26. That's nice. Waddle at 47.
Yeah. Hmm.
Walker, that's fine. Diggs at 71. Addison 74. Coleman, man, that feels aggressive for Coleman, but that
Oh no, no, this feels like a team that could do it, if we're being honest.
yeah, this seems
I
solid. You get
mean,
Fields
getting
at
Fields
119. That's nice. Yep,
because Fields is not a good professional quarterback, but he's a great fantasy quarterback.
he
So the
is.
fact they went Fields Herbert, that feels awesome to me.
Yeah,
Earnestly, like
yeah.
Fields has the like, I'm bottom third, but also top third any given week, and you have Herbert that you expect to be pretty solid. Then Ray Davis there, like yeah, that's a solid team.
Where that team is going to struggle is at tight end. Your tight end one is Mason Taylor, which gives you a
Ooh,
back sack with Fields, but
oh, and
Fannin, Theo Johnson.
Fannin. Oh, that's gonna be
You're
tough.
going to have,
That's gonna
yeah,
be
it's like,
tough.
like as the Bowers team, I expect to beat that team at the tight end position by
A billion.
15 fantasy points every week, something
No,
like
no,
that.
no, a billion
A
by a
billion.
billion. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Um. So yeah, dude, I think we're going to win this. I think
No,
we're in the quarters.
I feel pretty biased about our team because I do think we balanced things pretty nicely, which is the way I like to approach these types of drafts.
Yep.
Like getting the high end talent at the running back, tight end, and QB position, 1, 2, 3, gives us affords us a lot of flexibility in the rest of the draft, kind of going best available. We kind of obviously had to swarm wide receiver, but like Pickens, I think is going to be a top 15 potentially wide receiver there in Dallas. We know what Smith is, we know what Deebo Samuel can be. Like I think we have a lot of potential here for this particular squad. And obviously things have to go right for this to work
Yeah.
out. But compared to some of these other teams, like I feel like we balance things out nicely enough where I feel more confident in our team than some of these other ones that we're looking at.
Honestly, I think for this team to advance, it just needs to stay healthy,
Right.
right? And then we've got, yeah, obviously it's best ball mania. It's really tough to get through the quarters and to the semis to get to the finals. But man, we got some studly correlations going on. We got Lamar stacked with Christian Watson and a
Mm.
couple. We got Mitchell and Bateman, so we've got a nice game stack going on there. We got the Pickens, Jaden Blue, Deebo Samuel for the game stack there. We've got Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, Aaron Jones for a game stack there.
Hmm.
We've got some nice correlation going on here. So yeah, I think this team's got a very good chance to get out of this draft pod. And then if we can get to the finals, this team's got a shot.
I think so.
We got the Kincaid, Devonta Smith
Mm.
uh, correlation there. So yeah, I like it.
I like it.
All right, man. This has been a blast. Always great to hang out with you.
Yeah.
This is it, man. Like I said, Best Ball Mania will be filling this weekend, I think.
Mhm.
Um, don't give up on best ball because like the marathon and like we got to give props to Underdog. They've been just spitting out contests left and right.
Mhm.
It's been awesome. They put out the pointer this week, which is a first time ever contest. Dude, the advanced structure on that is 1 in 6 and then 1 in 3. So it's 2 of 12, 1 in 6, 1 in 3. You get through that 1 of 6 to get to the semis, and you've got a 1 in 3 chance of making a final in a 7 entry max $11 tournament. That is awesome. So shout out to Underdog. They've been putting out putting out an extra super flex contest. Was it the I can't keep these dog names straight, dude.
Yeah, there's so many.
They like we know that the marathon and the sprint are going to overlay, but they just keep putting out these contests. So props out to them. They had just been spitting out contests, which is awesome. So appreciate that. Don't give up on best ball even when BBM fails, because like I said, the marathon and the sprint, they're going to overlay. I talked to the Underdog guys. They said they think that those will both settle at about 85%. So like that's free money, man. That's basically going to be a rake-free contest. So yeah, just they're different formats. Obviously, they don't like marathon doesn't have the playoffs. Sprint is a 3-week playoff instead of 3 individual week playoffs. But yeah, it's still best ball. And like I said, if those settle at 85% like they think they will, that's basically a free rake, because the rake on those is like 11%. So it turns them into rake-free contests. So if you're out there, don't give up on best ball just because best ball mania is filled. There's going to be some other contests to get to. Buddy, tell everybody what you got going on and where they can find you during the season. What you got going on?
Yeah, so I'm working with old IDP Plus. I'm going to be writing a weekly sort of sleepers article for IDP folks. Not at all related to what we were just talking about, but you can catch me on IDP Plus, Club Fantasy as well. Old random article there, and then of course, on the X, the Twitter at mrecord21, I'll be putting out some random musical parodies as we sort of go through the season.
Those are always fun. So follow Matt there. One plug we got to get in. We're talking best ball where we care about spike weeks and, the ability to put up. We don't care about consistency, but if you've got a draft this weekend, I know I do. I got a draft on Labor Day Monday. If you got a home league draft, check out Bob Lung's consistency guide, because consistency is important in your managed leagues. You don't want to be starting guys who are taking zeros. Get it on Amazon. You can get it on next day shipping. Everybody's got Prime, right? You get next day shipping. You can have it in time for your draft this weekend. So check out Bob Lug's consistency guide on Amazon Prime. It's the best, better than any magazine you're going to find out there. So if you're doing last minute prep and you can just spend $12 on a magazine at Barnes & Noble anyways. Go to Amazon, get Bob Lug's consistency guide. You can find me on the socials at the Joel Worth. Got some fun stuff coming up here on the IDP Plus. Going to be doing some statement games promo stuff. This is going to be a very cool thing that's coming out. So little tease there going on, but stick around. Do us a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to get notifications of all this cool stuff that we can't really talk about yet, but is coming up. Subscribe to the channel and get notifications for everything coming up. Until next time, I'm Joel Worth. That's Matt Record. This is the IDP Plus Best Ball Show. Thanks for checking us out, and we will see you later.
Thank you for watching the IDP Plus YouTube network. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Be sure to tap the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload new content.